Bonjour mes amis! How smart this menu can be! Are you ready to discover the answer at the Smart Restaurant? So smart, so tasty, so sick and tired to see these ugly menus in many of the restaurants where you're going. Well, this is not too good. But luckily here at the Smart Restaurant, we have the Smart Menus where with a single click, you can discover the fabulous journey that your breakfast, lunch or dinner might have from the moment in which with the highest quality ingredients are picked up carefully as raw materials until the moment in which they are masterfully converted by our chefs into these super tasty meals that you enjoy so much and for which you're making those wonderful reviews that makes us so happy and for which we are so grateful to you, and that's why we're always waiting you with the same passion and pleasure to give you the best possible service in town. So my friends, do you want to know more about how I created these amazing animations? Then please stay with me until the end because I'm gonna reveal you a lot of tips and tricks about animations in PowerPoint that I'm really sure that you're gonna enjoy. So please make yourself comfortable and also this time make sure that your popcorn is ready because we're starting. We are in a blank PowerPoint and I'm gonna show you from zero how you can create these wonderful animations to use them for your smart menu. To do so, firstly we'll have to pick up the right pictures. For that, we're gonna insert the pictures by looking for with the following keywords. We'll start with the green field and we're gonna pick this picture. Then with the wet, and I'm gonna pick this picture. Then with the hen, and we're gonna pick this picture. Then baking, and we're gonna pick this picture, and finally apple pie, for which we're gonna select these and this picture perfectly. Now we have all the pictures that we need. Let's create the appropriate slides and then move each picture to one single slide. So 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then let's move them one by one. This is going to be for the first slide. So for the moment I will move it here, then these will go to the second slide. This is going to place it on the third. For the fourth we have the baking. Then this is going to be positioned on the sixth, and finally this one on the fifth. Now I'm gonna speed up the process a little bit because we're gonna apply the picture format, meaning the crop, to make them on the full slide, meaning we're gonna crop them to the 16:9 ratio. Great, now that we have cropped all the pictures, now it's time to insert the apple trees here on the first image. To do so, we're gonna insert a 3D model. And from here, we're gonna look for flowers and plants. And here is our apple tree. Great, now we have our apple tree. And now we need the two elements before we can add the animations. The first animations meaning the basket and the apples. To do so, we're going to insert again the pictures, this time an apple. And even if it's not 100% the same type as the apple from the tree, I think this picture is quite good because it's going to be easy to remove the background. Is very quickly identified by the AI, so we need to make just small adjustments and that's it. And as you can see, the apple now it's perfect. You can even apply a small crop. Great. While and then logically you're gonna make it smaller to have more or less the same size as the other type of apples have from the tree, but I want them just a little bit bigger compared with the other's apple. Okay, let's suppose now they are good, making a copy, and in the end we're gonna place them at the back or not. It is 100% up to you. Now let's insert the basket. To do so, again we're gonna go to the 3D models and we're gonna type the word basket, and this is very good for what we need. Now we're gonna rotate it so that will be more or less what we need. I think this is good, and now we will make it smaller. Again, small adjustments. You have to place it more or less where the apples are. So I think this is a good positioning. Yeah, let's say that we are almost satisfied. Now should be perfect. Now, since the first slide is ready, now we can pass to the next phase where I'm gonna show you different tips and tricks about PowerPoint animations so that you can bring these pictures alive and making sure that the clients will be able to find out spectacular insights from the journey of the raw materials to the finished product. But first of all, we have to give that film effect to our slides. So let's create a new slide because what we're gonna do here is something very precise. So let's put the zoom a little bit bigger. Okay, and now let's insert two different type of shapes. One is going to be a rectangle with rounded corners, and the other is going to be a rectangle with straight corners. This is going to be 0.25 times 0.25, so practically a perfect square. And let's make it no outline. And because we want to position it perfectly at the top and at the bottom of the slide, we're going to insert also the other type of rectangle. Again, make it a perfect square, but this time for this rectangle we're gonna make it at 0.5 times 0.5, and you will see immediately why I need this perfect square. So let's make the colors different so that we can see what we're going to do here. We will place these in the left top corner, and we want also a copy for the bottom left corner. That's perfect. Now again, let's increase the zoom, and we will move these here. Let's put this rectangle on top. Okay, now you don't have to worry about positioning them because we're gonna select them both, and from the selection pane you're gonna apply the align center, and then you're gonna apply the align middle, and now you have the perfect alignment. Now let's duplicate these, Control D, and we'll position it here, and now we have the perfect alignment, and again Control D, and we will make the entire slide with these squares. That's perfect, and we will do the same thing here at the bottom. Put it here, select both of them, align center, align middle. Okay, Control D. Perfect alignment, Control D, until we will completely cover the entire slide. That's perfect. In this moment, we can delete this one and this one. Let's make the zoom a little bit smaller. Okay, and just for the moment, we're gonna temporarily group these. Okay, and now we can go again to the selection pane and say align and say distribute horizontally. That's perfect. Now we can again ungroup them, and we will do the same here at the bottom. Temporary group, and then align distribute horizontally, and now degroup. That's perfect. It's now time to insert a new shape, again a rectangle with straight corners, and we will cover the entire slide because we want to create the punched effect. So let's fill these with another color, and let's send it to back, no outline. And to create the punched effect, we will now have to select both of the groups and logically also the big rectangle, and then go to the shape format, merge shape, and combine. Great. In this moment we have the film effect. Now I want to make this fill effect, and I will say a gradient fill, and I want to place two colors at the gradient. One is the dark blue, this one, and the other, it's a dark red, and here we've got the 74. Okay, that's super nice. Of course, in theory this should be all black, but I don't want to make it all black. I want to make it like it is in this moment. Now let's take a look at the slide dimensions, and especially at the height. We have 7.5 inches. This is 0.25, this is 0.25, this is 0.12, this is also 0.12. So I want also here a 0.12 and also here. So practically we're gonna have 4 times 0.12, which is 0.5, plus this is 0.25, this is 0.25. So totally we will have an inch. That's why the new rectangle that will be positioned for the pictures will also contain a height of 6.5 6.5. So let's remember this part. So let's insert that rectangle. For the moment, just insert it whatever you want. So this is going to be 13 times 333. Right, and this is going to be a 6.5 accordingly to our calculations. That's great, and no outline. Then let's make it from the alignment, align middle, and then again align center. That's great. Again, Control A to select both of them, or just the first one and then this one, shape, format, and we want the combine to apply. Now let's apply the film pattern to all of the slides. So Control C, Control V on all the others. That's great. Now from 2 to 6, everything is going to be easy. The first slide is going to be a little bit difficult to adjust because we already have the animation. So if I'm going to group everything, we're gonna lose the animation, but this is what it is. So let's start with these first. So you'll have to select the picture, and then just we have also the setting that is important here. We have lock aspect ratio, so don't worry, just put the 6.5 here, and then align center and align middle. Great. And this is what you should do for all the other slides. Alright, now let's go to the first slide. Let's move firstly the film pattern, and then let's select everything, and for the moment let's group everything. Yeah, now we have lost the animations, but we'll do them once again. Now from the shape format, let's have in mind that here we will have to lock the aspect ratio, and now let's decrease this up until we'll get a 6.5, because now we haven't lost any of the positions. Now align center, align middle, and we can put these back with again align center, align middle. Now the only thing that we have to do is to recreate the animations. But to do that, we have first to degroup again everything. Now if you will go to the animations and animation pane, as you can see, there is nothing here. So let's put these flying in, or rather floating. 2 seconds after previous, and this is okay. Just hit the shift and move it here perfectly. Then the same for this one. Keeping the shift, and that's perfect. Now again, let's arrange the effects. So no smooth start and smooth end. The same for this one. And now the final setup between them. So this is going to be after previous, and this is going to be with previous, but with a 0.25 delay. Now let's double check on the full screen. That's perfect. Just we have to bring these to the front. Okay, and one more time. Perfect. Now we can leave the background white, but I don't want to leave it white. So again, we're gonna insert another rectangle that is going to come from here to here. Okay, so it's going to be a 6.5. That's great. Let's align it. Okay, no outline. And we're gonna put from the shape format the gradient fill. That's great. And we're gonna send it to back. That's perfect. And this is the final pattern that we're gonna apply for all the other slides. So this is a Control C, then Control V with send to back, Control V with send to back, and so on. Great. Now the last element is to apply the animations and the transitions, and job done. So let's go to the slide number 2 now. Well, here we want to give the effect that this part is going to grow up, is going to be in motion. So how we can do that? We're gonna create a double layer, we're gonna put a new shape, we're gonna merge those shapes with the fragment option, and then you will see what's going on. For the moment it may be something difficult for you, but it doesn't matter, we will succeed. So please follow this closely. Let's Control D. I have now a duplicate of the picture. Again, arrange with align center and then align middle. And let's put a shape that will cover this part. So insert shape. I want to put this type of shape. Something like this. It's perfect with no outline. And now click on the picture, then on the shape, from shape format, merge and say fragment. And now we have fragmented the picture and this part, and now we can click on the picture and we can delete the picture. But don't worry, we have the other remaining, and plus we have this form that is in place here, and we can apply the animation to this form. So it's something like this, and we will apply a fly in. Okay, is going to come from here, and is going to be more or less 2 seconds or 2.5 seconds, something like this. So make it after previous. Let's double check it on the full screen. You can have these super emotion, or if you don't want this, just put the float in, and the float in it's a little bit more gentle, again with 2 seconds and after previous, and you can stick with this variant. All right, we've done this. We will apply the same principle to all the slides, so please watch it. I'm going to fast forward now, but as I said, the same principle will apply for all the other slides. Great, now the last part is to apply the transitions, and we have everything in place. So the first slide is not gonna get a transition, the others will get a certain type of transition, and only between 5 and 6, because 6 is the duplicate of 5, is gonna receive a morph. All the others are going to receive a push, okay, with the effect from the right, and that will last for 3 seconds, and this is going to give the movie effect. I can apply to all, but I don't want to have it for the first and for the sixth, so that's why I've preferred to apply them manually. Here from 5 to 6 I'm going to apply the morph for the apple to be converted into that arrow, but in order to have the morph effect working, let's don't forget to go into the selection pane, and from here these should get, let's say, apple. Great. And here these should also get the same name, so that the morph can really work. So now we have applied the transitions to morph, and finally to the last slide we're also going to apply the push from the right with 3 seconds, but the morph here should be for just 1 second. And now we can see everything in the full presentation mode, starting from the first slide. Then you can see the movie effect. That's great. Here the hen is like talking with us, and then the eggs will appear. Perfect. And here the apple will come, and then will be converted in this arrow showing that the apple goes there, and finally the revelation of the finished product. That's awesome. And now the last element is to export it either to a GIF or either to a movie. But this time we're gonna export it as a GIF, so let's go to the file and then export, and from here we'll say to create an animated GIF. We want the quality to be as high as possible, and we have from slides 1 to 7 because the last one is empty for the moment, and second spans on each slide. This really doesn't matter since you have animations. Without animations these would have been imported, otherwise no. So let's create the GIF. Okay, let's save it. Great, the GIF has been saved. Now let's create one new slide to insert it. So insert picture from this device, and this is our presentation. The name of the GIF now has been introduced, and let's see it on the full screen. And as you can see, we have it as a animated GIF. Of course, the quality of the animated GIF from PowerPoint is not so good compared with the export of the movie, so that's why when I have to use animated GIFs, sometimes I export the animation as a movie, and then in another program I convert the movie into an animated GIF. But as far as I can say, the quality is still pretty much okay. And now you can create the last element, meaning that you can create the page with the menu, and you can make the link with the animated GIF. So let's go to this slide. Let's assume that this is the menu for the pie, for the apple pie. And here you will have the ingredients. Okay, you can put apple, and so on. Okay, and finally we will insert a new shape like this, or you can put if you want something more impressive, like let's put this triangle, and let's specify here the fact that click to discover the story or the journey. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Okay, and we want this to be animated. So also we're gonna apply the motion path animation to the right. It's going a little bit too much, so keep the shift pressed, and let's make it something like this. And from the animation pane, effect options, again, no smooth and start and smooth end, and from here you should put the rewind when done playing and repeat until the end of the slide. That's great. You can put it after previous. You can also format it to have the gradient fill. You can give a gradient fill also to the entire slide, but this time something lighter. Okay, and here is where you're going to press. You can also put these with a 3D bevel, something like this, with the format having, let's say, this color. Okay, and now the last element is to insert an action with a hyperlink to a custom slide, which in our case is slide 9. Okay, and when we will go to the full screen, you will have this animation. You can insert the logo of the restaurant and so on. And when we're gonna click here, the animation will start, and you know the rest. So practically we have done everything, and now I really hope that you can enjoy these, and also you will try to make it on your own. Since the menus are also a super important physical evidence for the clients, I'm pretty sure that if you are a restaurant owner, you will really think about investing some money in tablets and display on them these kind of smart menus, and not displaying something that can be displayed on an ordinary sheet of paper. While if you work in something else, I'm also pretty confident that you will figure out a way to give the best possible use to the animated GIFs. In the next episode, I'm going to show you some of the best diagrams where the animated GIF can have a really strong contribution to the improvement of the efficiency of the teaching act. Finally, if my content is really helping you in increasing your creativity and thus the outcome of your activities, then please consider sharing this content with your friends too, because this is also going to help me a lot. And if you haven't checked my other videos, please do it, because there are a lot of surprises waiting for you. So my friends, thank you really so much for watching, and see you in the next episode. À bientôt mes amis!